Indoor Matters with Damien and Sarah.
Welcome to Indoor Matters Podcast, the show where we tackle what really matters to your indoor health.
Absolutely.
And I'm your host, Damien, and as always,
Hi.
I'm joined by our indoor environmental expert, Sarah.
Hi, Damien. It's a pleasure to be here.
So, here in Dubai, we spend so much time inside,
Yeah.
right? It gets hot out there.
Yeah, we do.
So we need our homes to be really healthy places.
For sure.
And today, we're going to be looking at a situation that really brings that point home.
Yeah, definitely.
This is a case that Saniservice, Dubai's only indoor environmental health quality management company, tackled in a luxury apartment on the Palm.
Wow.
It's a really good example of how, finding and then fixing these unseen issues can really make a huge difference in someone's life.
Absolutely. It's amazing the impact that these hidden factors can have on us.
Before we get into it, though, I want to thank our sponsor,
Of course.
Saniservice.
Yeah.
They've been around since 2009, and they're really the leaders in indoor environmental health quality management right here in Dubai.
They're fantastic. Really understand how to keep our homes healthy, especially with the unique challenges we face here in Dubai with the climate.
If you're worried at all about, the air in your home, the water, the cleanliness,
Yeah.
give Saniservice a call. It's 800-7264.
Or you can check out their website.
Or visit their website at www.saniservice.com.
Yeah, www.saniservice.com. And don't forget to mention that you heard about them on Indoor Matters podcast for a special discount.
Right, you get a discount on their indoor science testing services.
It's a great opportunity to get a professional, scientific understanding of what's going on in your home.
So, all right, let's jump into this case study.
Okay, let's do it.
So, this is about a client we'll call Ms. Fatima.
Okay.
And she was living in this beautiful 3-bedroom apartment right here on the Palm Jumeirah. But over a few months, she started having these increasingly bad allergic reactions.
Oh, no.
Specifically when she was in her apartment.
Yeah, interesting.
Constant sneezing. Her eyes were itchy and watery.
Oh, that sounds awful.
Stuffy nose, even skin rashes sometimes.
Oh, my goodness.
But, and this is important,
Yeah.
she noticed that the symptoms would get better when she was away from her apartment.
So that's a really key indicator that something in her home environment was triggering these reactions.
Yeah, that's like a classic sign, right?
Absolutely. When your body reacts negatively in a specific indoor space like that, it usually points to an environmental trigger.
So naturally, she was worried.
Of course.
And she went to see several doctors, including an allergist.
Right.
And they suspected it was something in her home.
Makes sense.
So she did what a lot of us would probably do.
Yeah.
She hired a cleaning service and got some air purifiers.
Those are good first steps,
But
often not enough.
it didn't help,
Yeah.
which is unfortunately pretty common.
Yeah. Unfortunately, when it comes to these deeper indoor environmental issues, those standard solutions sometimes just don't cut it.
So she decided to, call in the pros.
The experts.
And she contacted Saniservice for a full assessment.
That was a wise decision.
So today on Indoor Matters podcast,
Yeah.
we're going to kind of unpack this case and really understand how, how Saniservice tests these indoor environments.
Yeah.
Like, what do they do?
What kind of tools and techniques do they use?
Yeah.
And then what did they actually do to fix the problems in Ms. Fatima's apartment?
Right. And we also want to look at the results.
Yeah. What kind of improvements did they see?
Right. Like, did the air quality get better?
Yeah.
And how did that affect Ms. Fatima?
Exactly. And how did it impact her health?
And we also just want to emphasize, why it's so important to have professionals manage the environment in our homes.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially in a climate like Dubai, especially here.
Let's start with that first step,
Right.
The assessment. Like, what did they actually do to test Ms. Fatima's apartment?
So Saniservice has this amazing indoor science department.
Okay.
And they went in and did a really thorough examination.
Okay.
They looked at several key areas, and the first thing they did was air quality testing. And what that means is they took multiple air samples from all over the apartment. They had this special equipment.
Yeah.
And they weren't just looking for dust. They were looking for mold spores,
Okay.
mycotoxins, which are basically these toxic substances that mold produces, and all sorts of allergens that could be floating in the air.
Wow, it's kind of like, forensic scientists gathering evidence.
Yeah, exactly. They're looking for those invisible culprits that could be making her sick.
So they're analyzing the very air she was breathing.
Exactly. It's all about understanding what she's being exposed to on a daily basis.
Okay, so that was the air quality testing.
Right.
What else did they do?
They also did surface sampling.
Okay.
And that means taking swabs from different surfaces around the apartment.
Mm-hmm.
Now, because we use our AC so much here in Dubai, they were especially interested in the AC vents and the ductwork.
Yeah, that makes sense.
AC systems can sometimes become like breeding grounds for contaminants.
Oh, yeah, especially with all the air flowing through and the humidity.
Exactly. It's the perfect environment for things to grow, unfortunately.
Right. I never really thought about that.
So they really wanted to see what was lurking in those AC systems.
Interesting. So they did the air, they did surface. What else?
They also looked at the mattresses and upholstery.
Okay.
So they used special vacuums to take samples from the mattresses, bedding, furniture, even the carpets.
Wow.
And this was to measure the levels of dust mite allergens.
Dust mites. Yeah.
Those little guys are a big problem for a lot of people in Dubai.
Yeah, you don't really think about them.
But they can be a major trigger for allergies.
It's kind of creepy when you think about it too much.
They're everywhere.
Yeah.
And then the last thing they did was moisture mapping.
Okay.
So they used infrared cameras, thermal imaging
Interesting.
to find any hidden moisture.
Okay.
Moisture can cause big problems.
Yeah, especially with mold.
Yeah, it's like an open invitation for mold to grow, especially in a humid climate like Dubai.
Right, so you might not even see the mold, but it could be there.
Exactly. It could be lurking behind walls or under flooring, causing all sorts of problems.
So they really did a thorough job.
They really did. It was a very multifaceted approach.
Looking at everything.
Yeah, the air, the surfaces, the textiles, everything.
Yeah, so what did they find?
Okay, so the findings were pretty significant, and they really explained why Mrs. Fatima was having those allergic reactions.
Okay.
So first of all, they found high levels of airborne mycotoxins.
Mycotoxins, yeah.
Specifically, something called aflatoxin. And aflatoxin is produced by certain types of Aspergillus mold.
So these mycotoxins, are they like a poison?
Yeah, they're basically toxic byproducts of mold.
Okay.
And what was concerning is that the levels were high, especially in the bedrooms and the living area.
Wow.
And this is important.
Yeah.
You might not even see mold,
Right.
but these toxins can be in the air and affecting you.
So it's not just about the mold you can see. It's about the stuff you can't see, too.
Exactly. It's about understanding the invisible threats in our homes.
So where was this aflatoxin coming from?
Well, it turned out the main source was the AC system.
The AC?
Yeah. When they looked closely, they found a lot of mold
Oh, wow.
growing inside the ductwork and on those cooling coils.
So the AC system was actually spreading the mold around the apartment.
Basically.
Oh, wow. That's pretty bad.
And this is especially relevant in Dubai.
Yeah.
We rely on AC so much. So it's really important to make sure your AC system is clean.
Otherwise, it could be making you sick.
Exactly. It can turn into this machine that's pumping out contaminants.
Wow. Okay, so they found the aflatoxin in the AC.
Right.
What else?
They also found really high levels of dust mite allergens.
Dust mites, yeah.
Remember those guys?
Yeah.
Well, in Miss Fatima's mattresses, the levels were over 300% higher
300 per.
than what's considered safe.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, so even if she was washing her bedding,
Right.
the mattresses themselves were full of these allergens.
So it wasn't just a surface problem.
No, it was deep down in the mattress.
Wow.
Those dust mites really burrow in.
And on top of all that,
Yeah.
they also found just a lot of dust in general.
Right. They found higher than normal levels of dust and particulate matter throughout the whole apartment.
So it's like a combination of things.
Yeah, multiple factors were contributing to this unhealthy environment.
The aflatoxin in the AC, the dust mites in the mattress, and then just dust everywhere.
Right. It was all adding up and making her allergies worse.
So to put some numbers on it, what were the exact levels they found?
Okay, so the aflatoxin B1 levels in the air were 85 nanograms per cubic meter.
Okay.
And the threshold is less than 20.
Okay, so way above the limit.
Way above, yeah.
And the dust mite allergens.
They were at 12 micrograms per gram of dust,
Okay.
and the threshold is 2.
Wow, that's a huge difference.
It is.
And the mold spores in the AC ducts.
Oh, those are really high.
Yeah.
They measured 8,500 colony-forming units per cubic meter,
Wow.
and the acceptable level is less than 500.
So again, way above the limit.
Yeah, those are some serious numbers.
So they had a real problem on their hands.
They did. It was clear that they needed to take action.
Okay, so what did they do?
Well, based on those findings, they came up with a 2-step plan.
Okay.
First, they were going to clean the entire AC system.
Okay, so get rid of that aflatoxin.
Exactly. Eliminate the source.
And
then they were going to do a hygienization deep cleaning of the whole apartment.
hygienization deep cleaning. What is that?
It's Saniservice's premium cleaning service.
Okay.
It's designed to really get rid of allergens and create a much healthier environment.
Okay, so it's more than just, wiping things down.
Oh, yeah. It's much more thorough than regular cleaning.
Okay, so let's start with the AC cleaning.
Okay.
What did they do there?
So first, they did a very thorough inspection.
Okay.
They used special cameras to see inside the ductwork to
Right.
really see where the contamination was.
Wow, so they could really pinpoint it.
Exactly. They wanted to make sure they didn't miss anything.
And then they cleaned it.
Yeah. Then they used these high-powered vacuums
Okay.
with HEPA filters
Right.
to suck out all the dust and mold.
That makes sense.
But they also use these robotic brushes.
Robotic brushes.
Yeah, little robots
Huh.
that can go through the ducts and scrub everything.
That's pretty high tech.
Yeah, they can get to places that normal cleaning can't.
Wow. So it wasn't just a quick vacuum. They really got in there.
They really did. It was a deep clean.
Okay, and what about the AC unit itself?
Well, they partially took it apart
Okay.
so they could clean those evaporator coils
All
where,
right.
where the mold was growing.
Yeah.
They used special antimicrobial solutions and pressure washing.
So really got rid of everything.
Yeah, and they also cleaned the blower and fan,
Okay.
made sure everything was sanitized and balanced properly.
Wow, they didn't mess around.
And then, to top it all off, they used this antimicrobial fog
Oh, wow.
to kill any remaining microorganisms.
So they really made sure the AC system was clean.
They did. They left no stone unturned.
Wow. Okay, so the AC was clean.
Yes.
Now, for the hygienization deep cleaning,
Right.
what makes that different from regular cleaning?
Okay, so think of hygienization as like the ultimate cleaning.
Okay.
It goes way beyond what normal cleaning does. And one of the key differences is they use surface-specific treatments.
Surface-specific treatment.
Yeah, so they don't just use the same cleaner on everything.
Right.
They choose the right solution for each type of surface.
Oh, that makes sense.
Like wood, metal, fabric.
Yeah.
So it's more effective and it protects your stuff.
Right, because you wouldn't want to use, a harsh chemical on a delicate fabric.
Exactly. You need the right tool for the job.
Okay, so it's surface-specific. What else?
It's also a multi-layered process.
Okay.
So each surface gets a deep clean
Okay.
to get rid of, the dirt and anything embedded.
Right.
And then they sanitize it
Okay.
to kill any germs.
All right.
And then they put on a protective treatment
Wow.
to prevent recontamination.
Okay, so it's like a 3-step process.
Yeah. Deep clean, sanitize, protect.
Wow, that's pretty amazing.
And they really went all out on the mattresses.
Oh yeah, those had a lot of dust mites.
Right. So they did a deep vacuum. Okay.
With a HEPA filter.
Yeah.
And then they did a hot water extraction.
So they were really getting deep down.
Yeah, pulling out all those allergens.
And they did something similar for all the upholstery.
Right. Anything fabric got the same treatment.
Okay. And the floors.
They used specific methods for carpets and hard floors.
Okay.
So carpets got hot water extraction with an anti-allergen treatment.
Okay.
And hard floors got a multi-phase cleaning
Okay.
with special equipment to get into the grout lines and corners.
Yeah, those can be hard to clean.
Yeah, they can trap a lot of dirt and even mold.
Wow. So they really thought of everything.
And they even cleaned the walls and ceilings.
Well, walls and ceilings.
Yeah, those can collect dust too.
Oh, that's true. I never thought about that. And throughout the whole process,
Yeah.
they were using HEPA air scrubbers.
So they were constantly cleaning the air.
Yeah, capturing any particles that got stirred up.
Wow, that's incredible.
So to sum it up, hygienization is deeper, wider, and more surface-specific than regular cleaning.
Deeper, wider, and surface-specific.
It's a complete solution.
Okay, so after all that, what were the results?
Okay, so they did tests after the cleaning.
Okay.
And the results were really impressive.
Okay.
So remember the aflatoxin B1 levels?
Yeah, they were at 85.
They were at 85 nanograms per cubic meter.
Yeah.
Well, after the cleaning, they were less than 5.
Wow, so a reduction of over 94%?
Over 94%.
Yeah, that's amazing.
It is.
And the dust mites?
Those went down too. They went from 12 micrograms per gram of dust to just 0.8.
Wow, so over 93% reduction?
Over 93%, yeah.
Those are incredible results.
They are. It really shows how effective this approach was.
And what about Miss Fatima?
Well, the best part is she felt much better.
That's great.
Her allergies completely went away when she was at home.
Wow, that's fantastic.
She could sleep better, no more rashes.
So a real improvement in her quality of life.
Yeah, she said she had no idea her home was making her sick.
It's easy to overlook.
It is, but this case really shows how important indoor environmental quality is.
Yeah, and it shows that, just buying an air purifier or getting your house cleaned, it might not be enough.
Sometimes you need a more comprehensive approach.
Right. You need to tackle the root of the problem.
Exactly. You need to find the source of the contamination.
And the AC was a big part of that in this case?
It was. It was spreading the mold spores and mycotoxins.
And the dust mites. They were deep in the mattress.
Yeah, you can't just wipe those away.
And that's why this hygienization deep cleaning was so important.
Yeah, it addressed all the different sources.
Right. It was deeper, wider, more specific.
Exactly. It was a complete solution.
And they gave Miss Fatima some advice on how to keep her home healthy.
Right. They did. They recommended some really practical steps.
Like what?
Well, they said she should get her AC serviced every 3 months.
Okay, so regular maintenance.
Yeah, to prevent any buildup.
That's a good idea.
And they suggested using allergen-proof mattress and pillow covers.
Oh, yeah, those are great for dust mites.
Yeah, especially in Dubai.
Right.
And they also said to use a HEPA vacuum regularly on all the soft furnishings.
So couches, carpets, that kind of thing.
Yeah, to keep the dust mite levels down.
And humidity control is important too, right?
Very important. Keeping the humidity between 40% and 60%.
Yeah, that's key for preventing mold and dust mites.
Exactly. It creates a less hospitable environment for them.
Okay, so some good advice there.
Yeah, some practical steps to maintain a healthy home.
So Miss Fatima's case is a really good example of how important it is.
Yeah.
To manage your indoor environment.
Absolutely.
Sometimes you need to call in the experts.
Yeah. And Saniservice really stepped up in this case.
They did. They did a fantastic job.
They used their expertise to identify the problems, and then they used the right methods to fix them.
And the result was a healthier home for Miss Fatima.
And a healthier Miss Fatima.
Exactly.
It's a win-win.
So if you're experiencing any, unexplained allergies or respiratory problems at home.
Especially in Dubai.
Yeah. It's worth getting your indoor environment checked out.
Yeah. You might be surprised what you find.
And you might be able to improve your health dramatically.
Just like Miss Fatima.
So thank you for listening to Indoor Matters Podcast.
It's been a pleasure.
We hope you found this discussion informative.
Yeah, we hope it's given you some things to think about.
And we'll see you next time.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.